All right, gamers, I know this is probably the first YouTube video in a while, but in my defense, I stream like every day. So you could catch me over at twitch.tv/littleghostystv. But I'm putting out this video because I have a problem. Behavior is fucking stupid. Behavior, what the fuck were you thinking with this update? I don't know if the devs are just this fucking incompetent or they've been drinking paint. Possibly both. Like, look at this shit, bro. Slugging reduction update. Just the title alone makes me want to fucking vomit. If a survivor is left in the dying state for a total of 90 seconds during a match, they gain the ability to pick themselves up after fully recovering. Why do we need this? We already have tons of anti-slug perks. Exponential, Unbreakable, Tenacity, Flip-Flop, No Mither, Boil Over, kind of. Added the option to enable or disable this mechanic in custom games. Oh, thank fucking God. And note, perks that enable you to recover from the dying state, like Boon Exponential, will continue to function as before without needing to meet its requirement. Why does that even matter, bro? You're making base kit Exponential now. No one's gonna fucking run Exponential. You're literally just giving survivors free perks, just free built-in perks. Did you forget, Behavior, that all of these fucking perks exist in the game for this very reason? Oh, and if that wasn't bad enough, you also get built-in Tenacity. Legit, why are we just turning survivors into NASCARs? And on top of that, recovery now just occurs passively. So if your gay little survivor fingers hurt from holding your mouse button, you ain't gotta worry about it anymore. Updated several survivor and killer perks to account for these changes. Oh boy, I can't wait to see what those are. And you could pick yourself up an infinite amount of times. You're basically getting Exponential and Tenacity base kit now. Oh, we got a little dev note here.
When it comes to slugging, we know it can be frustrating if you're on the receiving end of it too often or for too long. But we also know that sometimes it's a smart move. This updated system acknowledges this, allowing the killer to slug occasionally when they feel like it's the right call.
Okay, but what if you have to slug more than occasionally? A big part of this is... Oh wait, sorry.
A big part of this is also about making the experience of being slugged more pleasant.
It's not supposed to be pleasant. Slugging is not meant to be fucking pleasant. Slugging is there to apply pressure. It's not meant to be a pleasant experience. If you want them to have a pleasant experience on the ground, give them a fucking fidget spinner or something. Anything but free Tenacity and Exponential.
The recovery changes and crawl speed will give you a bit more agency when down, so you aren't just holding a button and waiting for someone to come save you.
It kind of defeats the purpose though, doesn't it? The whole point of being slugged is so you don't have agency. The whole point of slugging is to create pressure and to slow the game down. And some killers need to have that fucking pressure, bro. Like, okay, yeah, you want to acknowledge sometimes it's a smart move, but according to you, it's not a smart move for too long. Fucking retarded, bro. Now we move on to the tunneling reduction update. When a survivor is hooked, their hook status is hidden from the killer. When they're unhooked, there is no notification and their hook status isn't revealed immediately. Do you know how unintuitive that is? So one of your ideas to counteract tunneling is by making the killer interface worse. So fucking lazy. Oh, but it's disabled once all the gens are done. Oh, great. So that way you could struggle to get hooks at the end game. Unhooked survivors gain the following effects for a limited time: haste, endurance, and elusive. See below for status effects. Okay. They have no collision. Oh, great. So now valid strategies like body blocking is just totally out the fucking window. Immunity to killer instinct and sees the killer's aura nearby. Do I even have to explain this? This is fucking disgusting. This is the thing I've noticed with Behavior. It's like they're fixed to things just to add more shit, and it's fucking dumb. These effects are lost when the affected survivor perform a conspicuous action. Oh, so it's okay. As long as the conspicuous action cancels it all, they'll definitely get no use of having straight up fucking killer aura reading and no collision, as well as killer instinct immunity. And on top of that, you keep your haste and endurance when the gens are done. Added a unique effect to the killer hook state UI that indicates the last survivor they hooked. Yeah, so they're literally just making their UI shittier to try to counter tunneling. It's all band-aids, bro. These are all just shit band-aid fixes. Well, quote-unquote fixes. After completing a quote-unquote unique hook, the same survivor is not hooked consecutively, killers will get the following benefits: bonus damage for the next gen kick. Okay. Well, I like how they don't give you a number amount. Temporary haste, just run furtive chase. Temporarily reveal survivors. Think base kit, barbecue, and chili that have less or equal hook states to the hook survivor. So basically anyone that's death hook will not be revealed by barbecue. These effects are slightly lessened for Blight, Dark Lord, Ghoul, and Billy, and the nurse. This is another thing I hate too, is that they are not consistent with these changes either. Like certain effects work different on other killers, and it's so fucking confusing. All these effects are disabled once all the gens are complete. Oh, but don't worry though. Survivors keep their haste and endurance after all the gens are done. But for killer, you get nothing. Everything's disabled. What a fucking joke. If a survivor dies before 6 total hook states, all remaining survivors gain a repair speed bonus for the rest of the fucking trial? So you're telling me a survivor could just fucking kill themselves on a hook and everyone else gets a free repair speed bonus? Why in the fuck are we punishing killers just for killing, bro? What the fuck is this? Why do we have all these fucking guardrails, man? Jesus fucking Christ. If the last survivor that was hooked is sacrificed or killed, generators cannot be regressed or blocked. Okay, so it's saying if you tunnel out a survivor and kill them, your gen perks are null and void. Tell me you fucking hate killer without telling me you hate killer. Dude, who thought of this? Who fucking thought of this shit? This is one of the worst developer updates I've ever seen. Like I'm almost at a loss for words. This shit is fucking disgusting. It's bad. This is bad. Behavior, you don't know how to make a fucking game, bro. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You guys don't know what the fuck you're doing at all. What is this? Added the option to enable or disable these new mechanics in custom games. Oh, thank God. Updated several killer and survivor perks to account for these changes. Honestly, these changes do not need to see the light of day, bro. Okay, so this is the elusive status effect. This is what was mentioned up here earlier as part of the anti-tunneling. Yeah, so you get haste, endurance, and elusive. So what does elusive do? Added a new status effect that silences grunts of pain and suppresses survivor aura, pools of blood, and scratch marks. So you're basically getting a free low profile. You're getting built-in low profile, built-in lucky break, built-in iron will. Meanwhile, killers just get fucking nothing. Why are killers getting base kit jack shit? As if it wasn't bad enough that survivors already got base kit borrowed time. Now we're getting base kit exponential, base kit tenacity, base kit iron will. And then these tunneling changes, I like y'all are out of your fucking mind. Why are we punishing killers for just playing the game? A survivor main had to have wrote this, right? I really don't think the devs understand that killers like have to, you know, tunnel and slug sometimes. Like that's just what has to happen. Like sometimes that's just the nature of the fucking beast. But then on top of that, you have to rub dirt in the wound and basically make it, if you tunnel out a survivor, you can't regress or block gens anymore. What? Like you're punishing killers for you're legit punishing killers because survivors are upset. Like y'all are literally punishing killers just because survivors are butthurt. Because survivors just get bored getting slugged because they're upset that they can't pick themselves up. Well, even though they probably should have ran Unbreakable if they knew they were going to get slugged. This is a fucking joke, dude. Okay, now an update to the shape. What day is it? Quality of life updates. October through January. The shape gameplay update. This forum was posted today on August the 29th. Wow, really good sticking to that quality of life initiative behavior. Am I the only one who thinks this feels like a slap in the face? They pushed this shape update to October. Like October to January. But they're already trying to push it out in a PTB? Are they even trying, bro? And can they not stick to their guns one fucking time? But okay, aside from that, let's look at the update. Replaced Evil Within with 2 modes that can be toggled with a button press. I'm gonna zoom in on this page here. Stalker mode. 4.2 meters per second movement speed, undetectable, and can stalk survivors. Okay. Pursuer mode. Normal movement speed, 24 meter tear radius, increased vault speed, bonus to lunge range, break speed, and stun recovery, and cannot stalk survivors. Okay, so just from reading those first 2 lines, not terrible. Once the stalk meter is full, Evil Incarnate mode can be triggered at will, granting the following effects for a limited time. Note, survivors no longer... I feel like that was kind of the whole fucking point of Myers, right? Well, let's read on. Okay, so once he's in Evil Incarnate mode, he still has regular movement speed, a 40 meter tear radius, and increase vault speed. Unlock slaughtering strike ability. Hold the power button to charge his ability, reducing movement speed. Okay. Press the attack button while charging to quickly lunge forward, adjusting your angle as you move. The length of the lunge depends on charge time. If a survivor enters the killer's attack range while lunging, they are knocked into the dying state. This ability can also be used to destroy pallets. Okay, do they have it in action here? I would have preferred he try this out on a healthy survivor, because I'm a little confused by what it means by if a survivor enters the killer's attack range while lunging, they are knocked into the dying state. Unlocks the ability to grab and kill or perform a regular mori on survivors who would die the next time they're hooked. So they're basically trying to make his add-ons like base kit, kinda? See, adjusted the mechanics of stocking. Remove the limited pool of stock points per survivor. Okay, so you can stock survivors infinitely now. Reduced stock range to 32 meters and remove distance modifier. I mean, 32 meters, I feel like that's kind of shitty, though. Moving while stalking has increased movement speed, but incurs a reduced stock rate. Reworked his add-ons. Okay. I mean, I don't have a lot to say about this. They basically made him a very strong M1 killer. Well, I say very strong. I would have to see it in action to see how viable it really is. Okay, here we go. Slaughtering Strike makes for a high-threat offensive attack, offering up an insta-down opportunity with an extended lunge that's particularly effective in loops for ripping through pallets quickly. Understanding his kit has changed quite a lot. We've done a pass on nearly all his add-ons, reworking many of them to offer more unique effects, in particular for those who prefer his old playstyle. Fragrant Tough to Hair will change Evil Incarnate to function like Old Myers, offering an exposed effect and no Slaughtering Strike. Okay, so that's actually kind of cool. So they're basically gonna try to keep his add-ons kind of the same if you prefer to play like Old Myers. So I can appreciate that. Okay, so overall, this seems like a W change to Myers. Everything up here though, this is all a big fucking no-no. Like straight up. Like, you get given survivors all this base kit shit while punishing killers at the same time is kind of sad and ridiculous, and I hope they remove all that shit. Everything here on up, I hope none of this shit happens. That's kind of the meat of this video. It was mainly this slugging and tunneling update. I think this shit is absolutely ridiculous. Time and time again, behavior has continued to drop the ball on these updates. And what's really sad is that they're getting away with it, because let's be honest here, they only appeal to the survivors. Like, they legit do. Survivors are their cash cow, man. They are. Legitimately, I do not think behavior gives a fuck about the state of their game. I think they are legitimately only in it for the money, and it shows. This game has remained a buggy mess for years, and they just think, well, if we just give out a bunch of blood points to everybody, all is forgiven. And the fucked up part is that it fucking works, because players are just so fucking stupid and brainwashed now. You could give these people like 500,000 blood points, and suddenly they just forget how shit the game is. And I'm sure there's going to be comments like, oh well, you're just salty that you can't slug and tunnel anymore or whatever. Well, trust me, I'm going to keep doing that. Behavior can keep making slugging and tunneling more difficult, but they'll never make it against the rules. But yeah, this seems like a very obvious, like, one-sided update. Like, this is clearly heavily favored for, like, toward the survivors, because as long as the survivors are happy, they're making money. And it's really fucking sad. It really is. Like, it's actually fucking sad. I've been playing this game since the day it came out, and it's so sad seeing it go from like this really awesome, fun little horror survival game into this obviously money-hungry dumpster fire of a game that literally seems to only exist to shit out skins and to partner up with bigger franchises just to make as much money as possible. Just completely foregoing the quality of your product. And behavior, just sell the fucking game at this point, dude. It's very obvious from these patch notes that you do not give a fuck about your players. You care about what you want from your players, which is their money. But fortunate for you, behavior, your players are so fucking stupid that you can just flash a few blood points and all is forgiven. I just love how you guys treat blood points like hush money at this point. I legit think I have gotten more blood points in this month from your fuck-ups than I have actually playing. And that's not okay. Quit fucking up. Just make the game good. Stop letting this niche audience of fucking weirdos that have no skill at the game tell you how to balance the fucking game. Because that's who these changes are for, bro. These changes are for people that have no fucking clue how to play the game. These changes are literally a byproduct of unskilled players bitching and moaning until they finally got their way. These changes are for people that don't want to run the necessary perks to avoid these things from happening. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this. These changes here are an absolute fucking joke, and behavior is the goddamn circus, dude.